Good afternoon, dignitaries on and off the dais. I already feel very learned after hearing your talks with regard to the issue in hand of education in Sustainable Development Goals. Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing here and I am also representing 1.8 billion youth voices. The last decade for youth has been, I would say, very inspiring. We have traveled a great journey. From sitting there to speaking here, the journey that we have traveled in last one decade. So we'd like to first of all thank the organizers for giving us this opportunity to speak our opinion. Tracing back the journey of Sustainable Development Goals, when we formulated 17 Sustainable Development Goals with 169 targets, there was a huge difference which was followed in the SDG process and the MDG process. One of the crucial difference which was followed is that in the SDG process there were a lot of consultations which were hosted. Now when I say consultation, they were the consultation which included the citizens of the world. There was a My World survey, there was a World We Want survey, in which there were at least 6 million votes being casted with regards to what issues does the global citizens wants to see in the SDGs. And when the votes came in, the 80% of voting was done by the youth of this world. And education was voted as a top priority in terms of issue through the My World survey and the World We Want survey. The point here is that there is a huge similarity between education and youth. The similarity being that both of them are very cross-cutting theme in terms of their nature. They are applicable and they are very much important for the realization or for the achievement of every other goal. Also for the fact that they are a prerequisite for achievement of any other goal. Now when I say regarding the year 2015, I think that that's a very crucial year because that is the year when we actually planned. But I feel that 2016 is a more important year because that is the time when we actually think about how to execute our plan. We already have the what, now we need to move to how, and that is the most important part here. I feel that we need to concentrate on 3 P's in this particular year. The 3 P's being policy, partnership and participation. We need to have policies which drive the importance of education in achievement of sustainable development. Now when I say policy, it can be awareness by probably including new fundamentals like global citizenship education, education for sustainable development in our day-to-day curriculum. It can be hosting youth consultation to make sure that we are localizing the resources, we are trickling down the actual essence of SDGs to the common people. And when I say about accountability, I'm not only talking about the member nations accountability, I'm talking about something known as citizen accountability. Just like how we have values, let us make sure that now our values are driven by SDGs. We have a huge framework, but let us make sure that we simplify that framework and be very conscious through our values in our day-to-day life. With regard to partnerships, it's extremely vital that we foster partnerships between governments, between organizations and government, and between think tanks, NGOs, civil society and youth network. Because that is when the change actually happens, when you have proper partnerships in place, when you have proper stakeholders coming together and acting upon an issue. And the last P is regarding participation. The policy piece and the partnership piece will be extremely ineffective if there is no participation from our end. We need to make sure that we actively engage in this process, either by creating awareness, and by making sure that we are accountable for what we are doing. Just narrowing down, coming to the country of India, having a population of 1.2 billion, I particularly feel that population is not our weakness because diversity is our strength. If you look at the ancient India, you will see that we have already been always practicing the concept of sustainable development. If you look at ancient India, there were knowledge about how to conserve forests. There was brilliant water management systems in place. It's just that we are reforming the old ideas and putting in the new framework to suit the modern needs of the modern man. But still we are doing the same. It's the same basic fundamentals. And now is the time when we actually put those fundamentals into practice. Going on, I particularly feel that we need to have a translation of sustainable development goal into local languages. We need to make sure that we have got linguistic online clearing houses which can have a repository of resources for localization. And finally, I feel that with regard to especially youth participation, that there is a lot of emphasis on increasing youth participation, but what I particularly feel is that there has to be an emphasis on authentic youth participation. The word authentic is very important here, and I would like to put a very strong emphasis on all the young minds and all the young participants here, that please make sure that we read and we learn from all the experts who have assembled here. And the most crucial piece here is that after we learn, after we assemble here, we go back and we follow up our learnings by taking actions. That is extremely crucial, because if we actually don't follow up, the entire purpose of such type of platforms get diluted. So I request all the young minds and all the young participants here to make sure that we read, we talk with the experts, and we do a proper follow-up mechanism. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.